You is the new psychological thriller series available to stream and download on Netflix now. The series tells the story of Joe Goldberg, played by Penn Badgley, who becomes frighteningly obsessed with Beck, Elizabeth Lale, and he will stop anyone who gets in his way. Joe is a serialer, but he left a huge piece of evidence behind at one of the crime scenes. Warning: this article contains spoilers about you on Netflix. Will Joe be exposed by the jar he left behind? Joe is but not a very well experienced one. Where he Peach, Shay Mitchell, at her house in Connecticut. He leaves behind a jar of urine which may come back to bite him in Season 2. At the end of Season 1, the private investigator, Officer Nico, Michael Mays, who was hired by Peach's family to investigate her death, approached Joe in the street. He questioned Joe on how he knew Peach and what Beck's relationship was with her. Joe denied knowing anything about Peach's death and commented on how tragic her passing was. Officer Nico revealed to Joe that some items from the house had been taken away for DNA testing. Immediately Joe realized he left behind damning evidence that could potentially identify him as being at the crime scene and potentially the murderer. How did Peach really die? When Joe was hiding in Peach's house, spying on her and Beck, he could not make it to the bathroom without being caught. Instead, he took an empty glass jar from the top of a drinks cabinet and urinated into it. He then put the jar back in the same place and forgot about it being there. Joe then shot Peach dead on the grounds outside her house after a struggle between the two over the gun. Joe then framed Peach's death to look like a suicide, even forging a suicide note that was left on the table on her laptop. Will Joe get caught in the new series? Is it possible that the evidence Dr. Nico was referring to was Joe's jar of urine? Surely Joe's DNA would be all over the house, including Peach's laptop, which was left at the scene, and a gun. That is, unless Joe cleaned up after the shooting and removed any trace of him, only leaving behind the jar. It is also not revealed what Joe did with the murder weapon. What Joe left behind and the evidence being tested by forensics is likely to be a major storyline for You Season 2. Will Paco reveal the truth about Joe? However, it is also possible that the DNA evidence Officer Nico could be referring to could be the toy that was left on Peach's bed. An officer is seen at the crime scene discovering the toy and putting it in an evidence bag. The toy was used on drug dealer Raj Gerard Lobo. Is it possible Raj will take the fall for Peach's death? Fans will have to wait until Season 2 to find out. You Season 1 is on Netflix now.